everybody I know wants to know, how does Susanne run? She has a really powerful story that I think will really inspire people.
I'm Susanne. Empowered Lifestyle LLC is my business, and this is my dear friend Deirdre Tindall, and we work together in business and friendship and crime, right?
Crime, yes, absolutely crime. We definitely get ourselves in a lot of trouble. With Ollie, where's Ollie? We need Ollie in here.
Yeah. Deirdre impressed me right out of the gate. She was leading the meeting. I thought, who is this ball of fire running this meeting?
When I met Susanne, that I was struggling with my health. I was, struggling with, my physical health.
Deirdre took this blind lady, entrepreneur, right under her wing, and I have referred to her as the wind beneath my wings.
We started attacking one problem at a time, and Susanne was very masterful at saying, okay, let's not get overwhelmed at the thought of all these oils. Let's start with one issue, and one issue we started with was sleep. I think we started with sleep.
Yeah, we did.
I was struggling to sleep. I could not sleep through the night. I have a very active brain, couldn't shut it down.
She just, it lifted me up. Her belief in me has meant so much to me. And she wanted me to have the best of everything. I was looking for help with social media. I wanted a nice website, and she helped put that all together and really cared that it was done well. And that has always meant so much to me.
So Susanne has suggested some oils for sleep, and I listened to her and I tried them, and surprisingly they worked. So I was like, okay, she got a little lucky, right? She's batting, pretty good right now. Now she's telling me to, use another oil for anxiety. Okay, I don't really think anything's going to work for anxiety, but I'll try it, kind of thing. And so that's what she did. She literally helped guide me one health issue at a time, and utilizing different protocols of the essential oils, and I started to heal myself.
Health is the ability to live life with power.
In my journey, the last 5 years, I've lost 69 pounds. I've, completely changed my diet. And how have I done that? Well, the health has gotten to the level that it's at because I'm using things like essential oils. I'm using good diet and nutrition. I'm using exercise. I'm using God, right? God is a very important part of my life, just like it is for Susanne.
When you have health, you can live your dreams. And if you lose your health, that really becomes a struggle.
When my son gets an earache, typically the first line of defense was, let's get him to the doctor. He has an ear infection, then he gets on antibiotics. We no longer do that option anymore because I don't have to, right? So with essential oils, he's getting sick less often, right? So there's less trips to the doctor. But if he has an earache now, which again happens very rarely, I know that I can use tea tree and lavender, and I can rub it on the backs of his ear, and I can rub a little bit on the inside of his ear. And I know that when he wakes up in the morning, he's going to be fine. So we use things like that for his health.
I was invited to speak at the community center to a group of people who are losing their vision. And so my purpose when I went there was to lift them up, because losing our vision, it can feel very heavy.
Susanne never leads with, I'm blind and that's something that's going to stop me from achieving anything in my life. In fact, it's quite the opposite. She does not. And that's emanating from her, right? Like that aura is emanating, like, I don't really care if I'm blind. That's really not a stumbling block for me. I'm not going to let it stop me from running. I'm not going to let it stop me from living my life. And she kind of tramples on that whole persona that, okay, you're blind, you can't do anything, right?
And it can be very discouraging. And so that was my purpose when I went there. And so I asked Taya to come, and she read the chapter in my book, because it's a short read. It takes, I think you could read it through in 10 minutes, but it kind of painted a picture of who I am and a little about my blind journey. And then after that, I interacted with people, and the energy in the room was so from the heart. It was very warm. People were lit up. It was a really happy experience, and I felt like I accomplished what my purpose was, to have a message that would uplift them.
It's really the energy and the presence that Susanne brings to a room, right? She, first of all, you would never know she was blind. And in fact, when I introduce people to her, I never say, oh, I want you to meet my friend Susanne who's blind. I never say that. And in fact, during COVID, when she would have Zooms with people, no one knew that she was blind. Very, very few people knew that she was blind unless Susanne brought it up, right, in some kind of conversation. Obviously, when you meet her and you see Ollie, her guide dog, right, then you sort of say, oh, okay, I get it now, she's blind or whatever. But
I speak from my heart when I do speak, and I think that we are at a place in the world after the last couple of years of people really feeling oppressed and discouraged and confused, and there's just kind of more of a need, perhaps than ever. People want to hear something that's going to touch their heart and lift them up and encourage them and help them to see the positive in their own journey.
People half her age don't look as good as she looks, are not as healthy as she is.
I really want to empower people to live their most powerful life.